Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. We've made our apathy towards like demonic and specifically possession horror known because it's just like it's a lot of it's been done before, and you'll probably hear us say this again when Exorcist Believer comes out this month. But I'm liking these non-Christian demonic horror films because even if maybe they kind of play it safe, play by the standard horror trope rules, it's something I haven't seen before because, I mean, in this case, I'm not Hindu.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that's exciting about this is that even though some of the tropes feel familiar, the cast is different, we're exploring different, I hesitate to say subculture. Like, oh my God, I sound like that fucking bitch Christy in this movie where she's I know. Is that like a cultural thing? We're showing our asses here.
I know. Oh, you know what else? I guess it's not really religious horror, but like this reminds me a lot of Jinn. The movie from the guys that did The Boy Behind the Door.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just things that feel a little bit different. Like, the reason that this was on my radar is because I thought it looked like an Indian version of My Best Friend's Exorcism. That movie that we covered last year. And we both were really underwhelmed by that. Not just because it leaned too heavily into the period aesthetic, but because it didn't feel like it had anything fresh or interesting to say. And with this film, I went into it being like, okay, I don't really know much about this. I'm excited to learn a little bit. And I think that there's some really big possibilities in terms of what we could do with is it Pasash?
So it's Pashash. I thought it was Bishosh, but
it is. Too.
It's a P. It's a P.
It's a P. We learned this because we were able to access subtitles for the film.
Yes.
But I mean, I could see another film following this, right? Like, this doesn't feel like a complete storyline. This could be an exciting new creature. I quite like the creature design in it, and also what we do and don't see.
Well, honestly, that's kind of why I'm so high on this film. And so maybe on a rewatch, it won't be like as like impressive to me. But like the marketing isn't really emphasizing the creature in this film. And y'all, I wouldn't call it a creature feature, but there is a lot more. Like, I was kind of worried walking into this. It was going to be, there's a demon stalking here, but it's invisible, so everyone thinks she's crazy and blah, 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 blah. And it kind of starts like that.
It is, a little bit.
But this creature makes itself known pretty early on. And when we finally, like, the climax of this movie is a fucking banger.
Yeah, and there's a couple of really fucking dandy set pieces. Like, I mean, this film only has one death, which I think is why it's coming in around a 3, maybe a 3.5 if I'm feeling generous. I also recommend it. I wish that there were a few more deaths. It does feel like we're pulling a few punches, but the death we do get in this movie, I'm like, oh, hello, you're going on the Hereditary's list.
100%. When I saw that death, I was like, oh, and to be clear, y'all, this is PG-13 horror. So I agree with you. Like, I'm sorry, Betty Gabriel. I love you. You should be dead.
You should be dead. 100%.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.